Hey folks, welcome to Bob's Crab House. I am Bob, and this is not a restaurant. I'm an underwater photographer, marine science guy, and a lifelong recreational fisherman, so I decided to combine that all and put cameras inside of places like this, which is a crab pot. We call them pots out here. You may call them crab traps. I live out in the Northwest. We call them crab pots, even though there's whatever. It's interchangeable. Anyway, my day job, I do a lot of marine science stuff that has to be incredibly scientifically accurate. I'm also a scuba diver, who's done like 4,000 dives, so I've seen a lot of animal behaviors, and this is just a project for fun. So I am going to drop these cameras in, bring them up, run the footage, and we're going to watch it together. And I'm not talking as a scientist or an expert. I'm talking as your fishing buddy, your dive buddy, sitting at the end of the bar, having a drink and watching a feed from a crab trap. So I'm going to feel free to speculate about what's going on down there. I do know some stuff, and I'll impart whatever tiny bits of knowledge I have. But otherwise, we're just going to watch it, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see some fascinating behavior. I know we're going to see lots of crabs. So here we are. And if you're a crabber, I'm doing a lot of this to test new baits, new spots, techniques, see how the traps work, how the crabs get into them, if they get out. So maybe you can learn something. One thing right off that I know to do, that I learned very quickly, and out here where we have huge tides and currents, one of the most important things is to weight the pot. Let me just real quick show that drop again. So this is a stock, I think it's a Danielson trap, and it's very light. It's just the weight of that metal caging. But I added 4 pieces of rebar, just tie wrapped them on there to the bottom, and this has it come down. We're back. Ooh, look at the herring, upper left side. We've got a nice school of herring. We're back in real time now. Oh, those guys are hungry. So they're feeding on plankton up there. That's a very good sign. Great visibility for our area right there. So we're at 2 minutes and 30 seconds right now since the trap left the surface. So we'll also see how quick the crabs get there. Most people soak their pots for 4, 5, 6 hours, but I think you do better with quicker drops as long as your bait is working. But anyway, weight your traps if you have them. Those 4 pieces of rebar are good work around here in big tides, big currents. When you don't do that, they drag. And so I live in Salish Sea waters, Washington State side of the Salish Sea. And around here, just in Puget Sound, recreational crabbers lose 12,000 of these traps every year. And they just go, it's a waste. They still collect crabs. They do have little things where you have string that rots eventually so the crabs can get out. But 12,000 of those go. It's estimated they kill about 180 to 200,000 legal-sized Dungeness crabs every year. So it's just a waste. Nobody eats them. Lingcod don't eat them. Rockfish don't eat them. They're just dying in these traps and then just kind of rotting away. So they do go back into the ecosystem once they get broken down, but it takes a long time. And it's a total waste. They're also not crabs that are out there in the breeding population. So make sure to weight your traps, mark them good, use sinking line so it doesn't get caught in boat props. I'm sure the manufacturers love that we spend an extra $1.5 million a year replacing the gear, but it sucks for the environment, sucks for the crabs. And okay, so that's got to be a crab I'm hearing. So the issue that I can see is when this pot hit the bottom, the camera is down current of the bait. So you can see the little white pieces of bait, and we know the scent is there as well. And that's drifting down past the camera. So the crabs, which may not be as smart as octopus or seals or sea lions or whatever, but they may be thinking that the camera is the food. So we'll see. Maybe I'll have to work on figuring out a way to get the camera to go up current of the bait. Oh, there we go. We have our first customer. Welcome to Bob's. Come on in. Yep, just, nope, just put your arms under the door. Excuse me, sir. Yeah, just back. Yeah, come on. Yep. Come on. You can do it. So that's a Dungeness crab. The main kinds we have around here are Dungeness, the famous Dungeness crabs, and then red rocks. Dungeness are famed because they are so meaty. I grew up on the East Coast, if you can't tell from my accent. As soon as you hear me say water, you'll understand. There he goes. All right, there's a smart guy. Ooh, look at the size of barnacle on his back. So that's a Dungeness crab. Okay, now we got some action. Yo, hey. So that's Rocky. Rocky's coming in, kicking some ass. So that's a red rock crab. He's red, but you can't always tell by the color. But you can see those claws. They've got black tips on them. The Dungeness do not have black tips. There's also a difference in the shell with the serrations, but the easiest thing is to find those black tips. And a lot of people, they look down on red rocks, mainly because average size around here, the Dungeness are larger. Although you can see that this red rock is bigger than that Dungeness. So you pull up a pot and the biggest, meatiest crabs you have will be the Dungeness. But look at those Popeye forearms on the red rock. There is a lot of meat in those claws. There's not as much in the actual body of the crab, so that's where they kind of fall short on that. But these guys are cool and they are tough. They're the one crab that has ever attacked me underwater. Maybe let me see if I can find that clip real quick. Hang on. Hey, get out of here. I'll rip your face off. Yeah, so that's red rock attitude. And you can see that this guy already did that to the Dungeness. He's obviously the boss. He's going to sit there and try to get the bait, and the Dungeness is backing into a neutral corner, I guess. But this is very cool. We get to see the interaction between two different species already. And what is... I can't quite tell the sex of that Dungeness, whether it's a male or female, but I don't... Ah... What it's doing is it's trying to rub that big barnacle off its back. Yeah, can you hear that? Oh, red rock's getting a little... He wants the food. Yeah, so the Dungeness, the crab on the left with the white claws, is using the bars of the trap to try to rub that barnacle off. So that's really interesting to me because, you know, these guys have hard shells, and once they're mature, and these are both mature crabs, they're beyond juvenile size, they shed their shell every year. And an action like doing this funny, it's like the bear dance from Jungle Book, right? So he's spending that energy. Look at him stretching, you know, the muscles in those legs, or the hydraulic muscles in those legs. But he's taking a lot of energy to try to rub that barnacle off. So that means that there's an energetic cost to the barnacle. Or maybe it just itches, but I don't know. Maybe it's drag, maybe it's weight, whatever it is, or it's just bugging them, even though barnacles, they don't eat into the crab. They excrete a cement that glues themselves to hard things. Maybe it itches. I don't know. Oh, there's another crab. Another Dungeness coming in. Maybe coming in. Except he's up current, so you got to wonder, can he smell the bait? So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this first one at 10 minutes, which we're coming up on in 40 seconds. I don't know how long people will want to watch this. This is fascinating to me. I could watch this all day. I know how many crabs came up in this trap. That's the one thing I know about it. I don't know what else we're going to see. We'll see if that guy gets in. We'll see if this Dungeness ever gets food. If the red rock's eating something. But so far they haven't gotten into the can. So I'm going to talk about that bait a lot. This is a brand new bait for me. I've never used this before. Normally I just used fish heads and carcasses in there. Sometimes chicken or supermarket. I'll tell you that, guys. We see another crab at the top. And red rock. Ooh, now some food's coming out. All right. So stay tuned for drop 1.2, and hopefully you're enjoying Bob's Crab House. And if you are, subscribe. If enough people do that, then I will keep doing these, or keep posting them anyway. I'm going to keep doing them for myself, just to keep learning about what's going on down there. But if you enjoy this, if you're a fisherman or a diver like me, then subscribe and let me know. And also let me know how long do you ooh, wow, look at that. Make it rain. Make it rain there, Red Rock. I don't know how long I should run these. Maybe at one point I'll combine them all into one long thing, but I want to keep them kind of bite size. Until then, if they're too short, if they're too long, let me know your opinion. That may be an opinion I take or not. We'll see. But anyway, all right. Tune in later.